fully restore the civilian-led transitional government and refrain from any violence against protesters, including the use of live ammunition. Any change to the transitional government by force risks assistance in our bilateral relationship more broadly. In light of these developments, the United States is pausing assistance from the $700 million in emergency assistance appropriations of economic support funds for Sudan. Those funds were intended to support the country's democratic transition as we evaluate the next step for Sudan programming. Next, today, the White House and CDC announced details of the new vaccination policy that will go into effect for international travelers on November 8th. As of November 8th, foreign national air travels to the United States will be required to be fully vaccinated and to provide proof of vaccination status prior to boarding an airplane to the United States. This policy puts public health first. It is consistent and stringent, protecting U.S. citizens and residents as well as those who come to visit us. Because it puts public health first, exceptions to this policy will be extremely limited. Primarily, children under the age of 18 and certain individuals from countries where vaccines are not yet readily accessible. Those who are eligible to travel but not yet vaccinated will need to provide proof of a negative COVID-19 test within 1 day before their flight's departure. For those who are vaccinated, the testing requirement remains 3 days before their flight. And that testing requirement applies to everyone, not just foreign nationals, but also U.S. citizens and lawful permanent residents. So please, everyone, make sure that when you're traveling internationally, you take your proof of vaccination with you. You'll find many more details in the documents published by the White House and CDC today, as well as on our website, travel.state.gov. In the next 2 weeks, we'll work with all of you and with the travel industry stakeholders to make implementation of this policy as smooth as possible for everyone. But beyond the logistical details, we want to emphasize that this policy will allow the resumption of international travel for those who are fully vaccinated. Families and friends can see each other again, tourists can visit our amazing lands and amazing landmarks. This policy will further boost economic recovery, and its impact will be widespread across the United States. We're excited to see this go into effect. And finally, since the beginning of this administration, you've heard the Secretary acknowledge we are in a fundamentally new era